Hello, my name is Heather Justice. I'm going to be doing a presentation on Italian culture for fundamentals for nursing. So let's begin with food. Italians typically eat pretty healthy. They eat fresh ingredients. Olive oil is a big part of Italian cuisine. They have 3 meals, consist of pasta, cheese, veggies, olive oil, meats and wines. Breakfast is typically pretty small. It consists of coffee and a croissant or some kind of pastry. And children, if they want coffee, they get warm milk. And then lunch is a very, very big thing in Italy. Back in the day, years ago, they would close, and sometimes they still do it in different parts of Italy. They would close shops at certain times of the day at lunchtime. Reposo is what they call it, or nap time. They would close up all the shops and they would go home to their family, cook a big lunch, have a nap if they wanted to, and then come back and open up the shops. And then dinner is typically served between 8:30 and 10:30 p.m. That's normally about 4 to 5 courses, and lunch is around 1 to 2. So moving on to death and dying. It's normally a traditional Catholic service. In smaller villages or parts of Italy, they used to post flyers, kind of like an obituary, but they would post it beforehand to let you know when the service is going to be, where it's going to be, what time, things of that such. They do wear all black. As you see posted in this slide, you see the men carrying the casket. That is a very great honor. You are asked to do that, and it's typically men. And your job is carrying the casket to and from wherever it needs to go. The grave sites are very well kept up. As you see in this picture right here, they keep up with the flowers. They dust them, they clean them, they just keep a very good eye on them and upkeep them very well. And giving flowers and food is a really big part of services as well. Food especially, because Italy. Religion, their roots are Roman Catholic, but they're now known, or they now identify as secular, so that means non-religious or separation. They separated law and church. End of life care. So there was a law passed back in 2017 that allowed Italians to refuse end of life care. So that means artificial hydration, artificial nutrition, and medical treatment in general. As healthcare workers and nurses and doctors, that really concerns us, because our job is to help people, and our job is to provide the best patient care that we can, kind of like hospice or palliative care. They would rather spend it with their family and allow their body to run its course, essentially. There was a really big uproar about it, especially in the healthcare community, but there are different types of, back in the day, there were different types of healing methods for Catholicism, because they are heavily into spirituality. So some of them are praying to saints. So, like, for example, there's a saint that got burned alive. So if you have a burn, you pray to that saint and your burn is supposed to be healed, things of that such. And pilgrimages. So, for example, to give you an example of that, to heal insanity, rabies, or a hernia, you would exit out the door that you did not come in. So you would exit out another door that you did not enter in. And that's supposed to heal or help heal those 3 diseases, or those 3 health issues. Drinking holy water is a big one too, or blessed oil. For blessed oil, if you have arthritis in the knee, you would get blessed oil and you would rub it on your knee, or the affected area, anywhere that it is, and it's supposed to heal. Like a sore throat as well, is supposed to heal your sore throat with the blessed oil. And another one is blessings. So you receive blessings, like a blessed object, clothing, food, water, oil, like blessed oil or holy water, religious objects, and signs. I found this one really interesting because there are certain stems of plants in Italy that you break off and you make a cross out of, and you draw symbols, or I don't want to call them sigils, but signs or symbols on your body or on another person's body, and it's supposed to heal whatever disease that they have that correlates with that sign. So, moving on to special considerations. So there wasn't very many, except to give better patient care. Italians are very affectionate. They're very touchy people. So when, like, as Americans, if somebody comes up to us and like kisses us on the cheek, they go from left to right. So if somebody comes up and kisses us on the cheek, we're like, oh, what are they doing? But in Italy, it's very normal. That is one of their main greetings. So I would say keep that in mind if you have a true Italian. I did that is also what you think of when you think of Italian or Italy, is that. And that is very true. They are very handsy speakers, if you will. They have very expressive body language, very expressive facial expressions. They express with their hands a lot. That's why this is such a big thing. Like this correlates in your brain to Italian or Italy, because they do it a lot, because they speak with their hands a lot. And direct eye contact is a must. It is a sign of respect, because they're such affectionate people that they see it as you talking to them and showing them respect. So that was Italian. One more thing. So with Italians, like I said, they're very expressive people, and they speak with their hands, and they have very expressive body language and stuff. They also speak very loudly sometimes. So as Americans, if you hear someone yelling or speaking loudly, you automatically think that they're angry. That's not the case with Italians. They, like I said, they're very expressive. So as they get excited, and you see it sometimes in mental illnesses too, I believe ADHD is one of them. You get really hyperactive and really excited that you talk really loudly because you're so excited about something and you want other people to be excited, but in turn you're just being annoying or obnoxious. And if you ever hear Italians speak in loud voices and the tone is calm, but their voice is loud, that doesn't always mean that they're angry. That just means that that's part of Italian culture. Thank you.